How's it going, everyone? It's me, Liam Catterson here. It is the penultimate episode, or the penultimate video, should I say, for my Charmed reactions, as it's episode 20 of season 8. Not quite the penultimate episode, but I did episodes 21 and 22 as in one video when I recorded it. So yeah, but that's why this is the penultimate video for my Charmed reaction. So if you want to check out this episode or my reaction to this episode, then the link will be in the description in the description box as well as the comments pinned. So yes, and of course you can check out my full reaction to this episode and many more on my Patreon. So yeah, but we're about to hit the end of Charmed. So I've already finished it some time ago, but in terms of YouTube uploads, yeah. So, but yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy it, and hopefully you guys, I guess, won't be too sad when it comes to, I mean, it was quite the moving episode, but yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy, this episode and then next week's episode. So yeah, but until then, I will see you guys next time. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this, videos, and, yeah, until then, toodles. It's a-coming, isn't it? 2 episodes left to go. Oof. And you just love that, obviously, you do have that sense of acknowledgement that with the end of the show, you could really feel that the finality set in, like especially since, okay, well, the magical community is turned against the Charmed Ones. Billy has been fully turned by Christy, and we got a new character in the mix, which I didn't like in terms of, okay, well, we're introducing him late into the game. So, yeah, and if anything, I mean, obviously this is a plot device to try and bring back the Triad and for him to join, I guess, so yeah, but, yeah, at first I thought, oh, is this gonna be like, you know, Buffy in the first situation, where, you know, you have this kind of, well, all of the Triad are dead, basically, but they were flashing between, like, different members at first, and I'm thinking, oh, well, that could be good. Like, okay, well, you've vanquished 3, but now they're all merged. Like, what if vanquishing them has only made them stronger? Like, that's probably what I would have gone with. If that makes sense, not bringing Domain into the fold, because yeah, I mean, it would be very, very interesting. Like, okay, well, all 3 of them have been vanquished. You think that would be underwhelming because they were warned, but they only appeared for a small amount of time, and then they just come back a bit stronger because all 3 of them have vanquished. It's like they've merged into one being, and yeah. So, but I guess it makes sense in terms of, like, having also another character try to assist, Billy and Christy, I guess, in terms of manipulating the magical community. So, yeah, but, yeah. That's it, though. I wouldn't have introduced, Domain. Because I feel like Christy could have just manipulated the magical community herself, really. So, yeah, all that needed to be done was, you know, have the demons attack the magical community, ensure that just basically the same thing, but removed Domain, basically. Because Christy's already, like, she already knows she's gaslighting and manipulating her sister and all of that. And, like I said, all she needs to do is just set the wheels in motion. Just have the magical community be attacked, put the Charmed Ones. It is interesting, though, because we did see kind of familiar, I guess, spells and whatnot affect the Charmed Ones. You know, you think of the 7 deadly sins, which, you know, that 4 Horsemen, that could have been really, really great to utilize as a mini arc. I think it's something that I did make a mention of. So, yeah. And it's kind of similar to when we were closing out season 7 of Charmed, where we had, like, that detective that was investigating Cole. He came back Um, and they were bringing back people that were, familiar with the Charmed Ones, those who were, failed to be saved and all of that. Um, and I felt like that would have been a very, very interesting thing, and it would have been, interesting if they did bring back Prue, because of course this was a way to weaken the Charmed Ones, wasn't it? The collective of the Charmed Ones. Um, yeah, and obviously it was a very, very difficult subject to think about because I mean it was still fresh off, Shannon dying and all of that, and yeah, so but um yeah, there was just some, like I said, it's something similar to what's happening right now, where we've got like, okay, well, you were revisiting certain bits and pieces, but to be fair, I think the season 7 ender was supposed to be the be all end all of Charmed, and then of course we got season 8, but now this is like definitively it. So yeah, but they didn't go too crazy with certain bits of the past affecting the Charmed Ones, because I feel like it might have been a bit of a rehash in terms of, well, weakening the Charmed Ones, but this would be weakening the trust in the magical community to the Charmed Ones. So there was already a bit of a sour reputation where they just thought that, oh, you put us in harm's way and all of that, and you know, you're always throwing us under the bus, and now you've taken things too far, and it's just like, yeah, so um, but and I don't even know how long the sisters are going to be, kept in the underworld, really. So, um, yeah, um, but hopefully it's not nothing too quick and all of that. But because I can already see how things are gonna be, but it's going to be very interesting to see how Billy's going to, of course, break away from this, because I can't imagine Billy and Christy. Christy, I might see dying and all of that, because I feel like the evil has been so rooted in, if that makes sense. Um, but Billy, I mean, she was hesitant, and of course, we went full out in terms of manipulation in this episode. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like with Billy, she might be saved. Christy, I'm not so sure about, but Christy has no idea that with Domain and how he's in contact with the Triad and all of that, they do plan to kill both of them. So um, yeah. So I don't know if Christie's going to be like, wait a second, no one manipulates me. But again, I feel like the evil has been too rooted in her, and she might try something, maybe something audacious once she catches wind that they do, like, once the witches have been dealt with, they won't give a shit about what happens to Billy and Christy. I feel like Christy's going to get a bit too ambitious. Billy, not so much. And I think that would be a very, very interesting way to showcase Billy and her growth this season, because of course she started out completely, new and all of that, and that would be a very, very really, really great stepping up point for Billy in terms of how matured she has been in the course of this season, whereas Christy, I wouldn't imagine so. And really just how Billy has, learned a thing or two, is not acting rash. So that's how I can see things potentially going. But we'll see. Because of course there is also this talk about the Charmed Ones, and will they cross that line? It's been a thing that has been talked about for quite these past few episodes, with Piper fully committed to the idea, if they do try something, she will not blink. And it is a bit of a subject that is kind of concerning for Phoebe and even Paige. So yeah, and it is a very, very interesting mindset, of course. Like, are we subscribing to being all black and white in terms of, morality, or do we step into a little bit of that grey, especially if they are willing to, yeah, kill and all of that, and yeah, so um But I feel like with that, like, little bit of detail from Domain and all of that, I feel like that does give a bit of a push in terms of what I've just theorized about Christy being a bit too hot-headed and being reckless, potentially dying in the process. Billy, not so much, helping the Charmed Ones completely get rid of Domain and the Triad for good. So, yeah. It's a somber way to conclude things for Billy, especially if Christy has to die. But to be fair, I feel like Christy's survivability, you know, I feel like that has not looked bright in terms of like any chances of her surviving. I feel like me going to the moon next week has a greater chance of happening. So yeah, but I could be wrong. But that's just how I see things going. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, the massacre itself was pretty insane as well. I will say, because I felt so bad for the fairy that got, you know, blown up and all of that. And I know Piper was under, you know, the hex thing, via her grandmother's wedding ring. But it was still dark. I felt like it was still fucked. I'm not gonna lie. Like when you saw her hoover up the remains of the fairy, that was pretty dark. I'm not gonna lie. So, but it was really insane seeing this massacre go down against the magical community and the demons. So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, it will be very interesting to see how they are swayed. So, yeah. I was surprised no one really contemplated the idea that, well, you know, they are magical. And it's not like they have never heard of possession before. So, with all three of the Charmed Ones being possessed, in a sense, it's not really it's not really impossible for them to be neglectful because, well, they were put under the spell and all of that. So, but I think history as well is kind of a bit of an indication as well, like especially when the leprechauns are concerned, there is a bit of resentment about, you know, how much they are used and all of that, and yeah, so. And it was really sad because, you know, they have been close allies and Paige has even befriended them. So, and yet now they are like, well, they've never treated us with respect and all of that. And it just breaks your heart, doesn't it? So, but it will be very, it will be very, I'm excited to see how these final 2 episodes do fare. I'm very excited. It will be very intriguing to see how things go down. But yeah, very great episode. 2 more left. And I'm imagining that those 2 episodes are going to be quite the doozy. So I am looking forward to it. And I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care. And I will see you guys next time. Toodles!